Hey, welcome back everyone to the channel. In this video, I want to specifically talk about successful stock market investing. Now, I know I talk a lot about different dividend stocks and market strategies, but I want to talk about general, overall successful stock market investing. First of all, don't mind the baggy eyes. I've been on a 2-day, 3-day business trip, 5-hour flights, just got off the plane. A little bit tired. I did want to make this video though. I actually got a few questions in the airport when I struck up a conversation with a really nice retired gentleman that was talking about this strategy as well. To top it all off, it was funny. I went to the bank and the teller tried to sell me, get this, CDs. I said, thank you, but no thank you. Don't ever try to sell me certificates of depreciation. I don't want them. I like my money. No CDs in this video. I do want to talk about successful investing. Now, a lot of the questions that I get, whether it's on YouTube, in person, or just from, general people, which sectors are the most profitable, right? Is it real estate? Is it telecom? Is it healthcare? Is it the energy sector, right? There's so many different sectors of the economy. Which are the most profitable? Which ones should I be investing in? The second question is, how can I experience consistent performance rather than feast and famine, right? So, most people, if they just blindly invest in a certain sector, there's going to be years where they do really well. And it's not because they were smart and they did all their research and picked the best one. They just got lucky. So different sectors go up and down, and you never know which one is going to be the winner for that specific year. And the third question I get is, how can I increase the chances of a positive return, say 30 years from now, right? What if I'm putting money away and I want it to be there for me, hopefully more, in 30 years? So with all that being said, there is a very simple strategy. I love it. I implement it in my own portfolio. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just sharing exactly how I answer all of these questions for my own personal portfolio. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop on my computer and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, here we are magically inside my computer. So what you see here on screen is the different broad sectors that all of us can invest in within the investment and stock market, bond market. And what you see here is the years. So 2009, 2010, on and on, all the way until last year, 2018. They're stacked. Don't worry about the colors. The colors don't represent anything. The colors are simply a visual aid to help separate the different boxes here. And they're stacked from highest return to lowest return. So best performing to worst performing. So in 2009, information tech was up 62%. Utilities were up 11%, right? So that's funny how that was the worst performing, but it was still really good, almost 12%. So as you can see, it's always something different on the top and usually something different on the bottom. And so what this goes to show people is there's really not a best sector, so to speak, when someone goes to invest in the market. The worst thing that someone can do, and this is a common new investor mistake, is they say, oh my gosh, let's say it's 2010, for example, and they look back and they say, look what information tech did. I want to invest in that because, oh man, it's the leader. It seems to be doing well. So let's say we put $100 in this. It's our full investment. It's the only investment we make. The green the neon green represents our portfolio. So the very next year, boom, okay, it was one of the lower performers, okay? All right, bad years happen, so then we go up to this one. Okay, still mediocre, now we're 2012, okay, now it's really doing well, okay, oh, here we go. Oh, really well in 2017, and then here we are at 2018. Okay, so that's a lot of up and down. That's a lot of feast or famine. So, okay, let's try materials. Let's look at materials. Oh, way down. They were terrible that year. Decent, bad, good. Whoa, we're down, 18% just in 2018 alone. Okay, so let's go, let's pick, energy. So I think everyone here can see the pattern that I'm forming here, which it doesn't matter which sector you choose. All the sectors are going to have great years, bad years. Really, my strategy and what I do for a lot of my money is I say, okay, I'm not cocky enough to think that I have a crystal ball and I can predict the future. I have conviction about certain sectors and I'm more knowledgeable about certain sectors than others, but that doesn't mean that I drink my own Kool-Aid and I think I have the market figured out. So what I like to do is, of the $100 I invest, I put $10 here, $10 here, $10 here, right? And I spread out my money over all the different sectors, right? Picking either the leaders in all the different sectors or picking a nice exchange traded fund. And then it really doesn't matter which sectors of the economy are going boom and bust. I'm participating in the success and the losses of all of it. So what that ends up happening is I tend to always have my money right here in the middle, where I have some in the winners and then I also have some down here in the losers naturally, right? But I'm always participating in a nice solid average return, a lot less feast and famine, right? A lot less volatility, and I don't have to worry about always thinking, okay, well, what's going to be next year? What's going to be 5, 10, 20 years from now? Is energy going to be completely revolutionized in 10, 15, 20 years? So what about my oil companies? What's going to happen to them? Or what about healthcare? What's going to happen politically with healthcare? Am I invested too heavily in that? I don't have to worry about any of that because I'm simply investing a little bit in each fund. Now, for private group members, I'm posting this. I'm posting a bunch of different stuff that goes along with this video in the private group. So feel free, if you want more information on that, there's a link below in the description. And then a lot of times people ask me, well, what's the easiest way to invest in all of this? Well, there's a lot of exchange-traded funds that cover all the different sectors, or there's specific sector exchange-traded funds that only cover the specific sectors. Now, for people that work in certain industries within the economy, people say, "Oh, well, I work in the technology sector. You know, I work for Microsoft, and I'm very knowledgeable about this, and I think it's going to be huge in the future." Well, no one says that you can't favor a certain sector, right? Whether it's real estate, whether it's consumer discretionary, industrials, healthcare, right? Maybe you're a nurse and you see a lot of certain equipment that's going to be very revolutionary in the next 10, 20, 30 years. No one says you can't invest heavily into that. I always just say, again, this is, for my own portfolio, I have a good solid base of all of the different sectors, and then maybe I favor one or two because I'm knowledgeable in those specific ones, or I have good conviction about the next 10, 20 years in that specific sector. But for backup, if I'm wrong about that specific sector, at least I didn't put all my money in that or half my portfolio in that, right? So I always want to have a base of all the different sectors. That way I'm never losing sleep, and I can almost guarantee, right? I can almost guarantee that I'm going to have a positive return over the long term, right? Instead of just picking energy and, hoping for the best. Chevron, get me to retirement. If you like these types of videos, definitely consider subscribing. I upload all sorts of videos on investing, entrepreneurship, passive income, financial freedom. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next video.